This is the note for traders of the year. They think the market is calm, but there's a moment when everything changes. This is the moment when smart money makes its decision and the market declares its own rules. Before New York opens, the market is just playing around, but the moment New York opens, the real direction is set. The direction of the day is determined. If you understand the first New York candle, the market will surprise you with real signals. And today in this video, I want to talk about the New York market and its candles. The 5-minute candle that can daily give you very precise supports and resistances. If you want to get to know this 5-minute time frame and these 5 key reasons behind the candle, make sure to watch. Be sure to watch the video until the end, because at the end of the video, this 5-minute candle will be explained to you in such a way that you'll be able to identify very precise supports and resistances without having to spot the tops and bottoms. You can create them and use them to make big profits from this market. As you can see on the screen at 14:30 UTC, which is the global time standard, we have the opening of the New York market, which overlaps with the last hours of the London market, London. So we can say that at 14:30, we might see the start of a trend and a change. I want to explain this same topic to you on the chart and specifically about gold. To better identify the start time of the New York market, you need to go to the indicators section. You'll see that it shows us the opening times of the New York and London markets. Notice the overlap I mentioned to you. At the end of the London market hours, we have the start of the New York market, meaning there's an overlap at the market opening. New York and the time. We're at the end of the London market, but now we don't have anything to do with the London market. We are working with the New York market. From the settings, we go. Further down the list, we will remove Tokyo and we will also remove London. We are exclusively working with the New York market trading session only. Look, my dear friends, our time frame should be set to 5 minutes. That means we're working with the first candle of the market open. After the market opens and the 5-minute time frame starts and the candle closes, then we need to mark the support and resistance levels on the first candle. Look. This candle. It's the market open at the 14:30 time frame. Look further down, the bottom of the candle and the top of the candle. We trade support and resistance within its range. When the market hasn't yet shown us a high or a low, it's giving us some very attractive support levels. With the bottom of this support, we go long. If we want to move upward, we need to look back and check again. Look, this is the 14:30 candle, which means the New York market open time. I've marked the high and low of this candle. Look at how the market is reacting to this support and resistance. After the breakout, there was a pullback to the breakout point. You can see the movement upward. Breakout, then pullback. So we can use these support and resistance levels in the future as well. See, after reaching the support, we had a strong upward move. Let's go back and start from earlier again. The market candle 14 and 30. Look after the breakout. The market started its movement after breaking the resistance. Look, after the market reached this significant support level, it reacted exactly as expected and subsequently as anticipated. Well, so we potentially could have made a really good purchase here at this very moment. Now let me tell you a very subtle and important point about the significant dominance of both Bitcoin and Tether in the cryptocurrency market. Look, this is the Tether dominance on the 5-minute time frame. If we want to, that's it. If we also test the 5-minute New York market candle on Tether's significant dominance as well, further in the market, it gives us a lot of attractive trades. I can sense the Tokyo and London sessions, but only with New York. Look. This is that same 5-minute Tether dominance candle. The high and low of the candle is our price range and then the drop. From that range, indeed, we have another beautiful candle here. Look, this is the same candle. See how well the market reacts to it. We can also use Tether dominance analysis for many of our Bitcoin sell trades. Now, regarding traders who might be working on even lower time frames, who are trading, let me share a rather very subtle point with you now. Look, when we precisely identify the 5th candle and then consider the significant high and the corresponding low of that particular candle, we can proceed. We can, by lowering the time frame to 1 minute. Pay close attention. So, we can confidently say that the initial 5-minute opening candle of the market is exceptionally important and can indeed provide us with some truly attractive and significant support and resistance levels. Again, another distinct time frame and a different period. Again, we observe a significant breakout, followed by a clear pullback and then a strong upward movement. Once more, there's a noticeable reaction to the established support area, leading to a powerful pump upwards. Well, maybe here, more than before, people will ask whether this 5-minute candle can also affect Bitcoin. Yes, why wouldn't it? Let's now proceed to the detailed 5-minute candle chart for Bitcoin. And once again, we will initiate the New York session time, which is a significant period for our observation and detailed analysis. I will proceed to set up the settings once again. We don't need the Tokyo candle time. We don't need London either. The only truly significant market that genuinely matters for us in this particular context is the New York market. So, let's take a detailed look at Bitcoin on the 5-minute time frame, observing its immediate movements. The very first 5-minute candle, we observe the low and also the high. Look carefully at the initial reaction to it overall. The support and the resistance levels of the very first 5-minute candle. Here we can draw The very top and the very bottom of the candle serve as crucial support and resistance levels. In other words, this visually demonstrates to us a significant zone for potential price rejection, either with a breakout, pullback and move, or a rejection from that price. Here's another example. We have the 5-minute candle. Once the initial candle is identified on the 5-minute time frame, we need to draw the support and resistance lines for this candle. That means we mark the high and low of this candle. Look, after a breakout on the 1-minute time frame and a pullback to the line, we can enter a position. Look, the high of the candle. It's the 5-minute high and the 5-minute low of the candle. And after the low is broken and there's a pullback to it, we enter a sell position and can make a good profit from this position as it goes down. Look, after returning to the resistance point, you can see it gave a really good reaction there too. Let's go back in time. The market is open. Let's look at some other examples together as well. Look, once again, there's a significant 5-minute candle and a prominent high that effectively acts as a strong resistance level. The 5-minute candle after the break could have given us another opportunity to enter a sell position. Look at the pullback to the low of the 5-minute candle. It dropped again. Let's go back further in the market for another example. Look, by precisely identifying the significant high and low points of another 5-minute candle, we can gain valuable insights. And the pullback that hit the resistance line, we could have entered a buy position. I hope these tutorials have been helpful for you, along with my analysis and opinions. These are just my personal views, and the responsibility for any investment decision lies with you. If you like this style of teaching, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to be the first to see the next analyses and tutorials.